Good morning. I'm Steve from Quantamize, and you're going to want to watch this video because we're about to tell you the most important trends and news driving markets this morning. You're watching the Quantamize Global AM Markets Preview.
Good morning. Today's June 13th, 2019. Yesterday's weakness in the stock market appears to have dissipated as futures are pointing to a positive open in New York. Looks like investors are expecting the Fed to cut interest rates and save this historic multi-year bull run. Again, I keep reiterating that this is the wrong way to think about things. The Fed would be cutting rates because the committee believes things are not as good as they previously thought. Remember what we talked about yesterday. Typically when the Fed cuts, it's not automatically associated with a rally in stocks. Why would stocks rally if the economy is not as good as the Fed thinks? Have you guys looked at small cap stocks recently? Wow, are they now cheap, with valuations for the Russell 2000 relative to the S&P 500 nearly one standard deviation below historical averages. Maybe there is something here to really consider. So what am I looking at this morning? I'm looking at the VIX, which continues to fall, despite the volatility in US stocks this week. A falling VIX runs counter to arguments about the risk that investors are turning bearish. So what is the takeaway this morning? I'm still biased to stocks. Look, if option traders were worried, they would be buying up puts on the S&P 500, which would drive up the price in the VIX. Since the VIX continues to decline, you can make the argument that demand for puts is not strong. So I'm sticking to my advice from yesterday and focusing on top quality value and low volatility momentum stocks. Now let's get into some really important stock news you need to be following this morning. RH, previously known as Restoration Hardware, upped guidance for the year, and it's mitigating the cost of tariffs on goods from China. RH imports roughly 41% of its products from China and says it has renegotiated prices lower from suppliers to reduce the effects of tariffs. This is definitely interesting news to follow and may be a blueprint for other companies who have supply chain exposures in China. Alibaba confidentially files for its Hong Kong share listing and is expected to raise up to $20 billion. Alibaba's listing would be the largest in Hong Kong since 2010. This has the opportunity of massively increasing and diversifying the investor base for Alibaba, which would be great for the stock. Lam Research is downgraded to inline from outperform at Evercore ASI, with a slower recovery in memory demand that will only pick up in the second half of 2020. As a result, Evercore thinks Lam Research share price will be range-bound for a while. I'm staying away for now. We'll be tracking the stock since it's one of my favorite semis, but there's no reason to do anything right now. And finally, Netflix is experimenting with turning its shows into video games as it seeks to further leverage its media content and reach. Netflix will release a Stranger Things video game in conjunction with the release of its show by the same name. Netflix does not develop the games itself, but licenses the names for others to create the games. Other games are planned in the near future. In my opinion, this is an exciting development and may be another potential real revenue stream for Netflix as competition heats up in the streaming video market. I'm excited to see where things go here.
Thanks for watching this video. We'd love to hear from you. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, leave a comment below, shoot us a tweet, or send us an email. Let us know what you think about our AM Markets Preview and some other points that you'd like us to mention. I'm Steve from Quantamize, and you were just watching the Quantamize Global AM Markets Preview.